Hello, welcome to Code with Shashank. And in today's video, we are going to build a website which will tell the air quality index in our area. So this is how our application looks like. If I simply reload, it will try to automatically get your location. If you allow the access, it will automatically fetch your latitude and longitude and tell the air quality in your area. It will also say the concentration of pollutants in air in your area, that is amount of carbon monoxide, nitrogen monoxide and many other components in microgram per meter cube. So let's go ahead and build our application. The data we are going to fetch for this app we get from an API from OpenWeather. Simply go to home.openweathermap.org/API keys and generate a API key for yourself. Give it any name you want, like air pollution or anything, and simply hit generate. It will generate a new API key and you can use that. We will come back to it later. Let's start off with index.html and create a boiler template. Give a title of air pollution indicator, and let's create a div with the class root which will contain all our elements, and inside that I will have a h1 with the class heading and give it a heading of air pollution indicator, and let's create a div with the class location container which will contain our input to enter the location, and inside this I'll add a h2 with the class subheading which will simply say your location, and below it I'll add a input of type number and give it a name of latitude because it is for latitude and the ID of latitude. I'll add this to a new line and also self close the tag and add a placeholder which will say latitude, and since our input field is going to contain decimal points, I will add a step of 0.0001. So every time we try to increment it, like let me show you, like here whenever I increment this, it will be going to increment by 0.001 and this will be a valid number, otherwise it will not be valid. I also want to add a class to it of location input, and let me just copy this down. Everything will be same. The placeholder will be longitude and the ID will be longitude, and I also want a label to simply display some error message if we get any error, and I'll add a inline style over here of color red and simply add a break. The input field is because if the user denies to give his location, he can manually enter the latitude and the longitude and search for the air quality. So we are going to add a button also which will say search and the class search btn. Let's go ahead and create another div with the class air info and create a h2 with a class subheading, and the subheading will be air quality index, and here we will display the air quality index, that is a number defining how good the air quality is, and I will put that inside a span and give it a class of air quality. For now I will simply display a dot dot dot, and I'll also create a arrow. For that I'll use a Unicode RARR semicolon which will simply display a arrow like this. Now I want a space before and after that, so I'll use another Unicode which will simply add a space, and I'll create another span with the class air quality status which will say the status of our air quality, if it is good, fair or poor or very poor. So let's go ahead and create another div with the class of component container which will contain all the information about the components we get. Let's add a h2 over here and give it a class of subheading, and the subheading will be concentration of pollutants in air, and simply create another div, and inside this h3 with the class component names, and I'll simply leave it blank for now because I want to copy it, and the span with the class component val. And I also want to add a data to it to recognize it in our JavaScript. Data comp is equals to the chemical formula we will get afterwards in our API. I'll simply copy this a few times, 8 times, and the first component we are getting is CO, that is carbon monoxide. I'll put that in H3, and the second we are getting is nitrogen monoxide, and the chemical formula is NO. It may not be exactly chemical formula. It should be according the key of the data we are getting from the API. So the third one is nitrogen dioxide, and the data comp will be NO2, and the fourth one is ozone, which will be O3. The fifth one, sulfur dioxide, data comp will be SO2. Next comes fine particles matter. The data comp will be PM2 underscore 5, that is PM2 to the power 5, I guess. And the next one will be coarse particle matter, and the data comp will be PM10. And the last one is ammonia. Data comp will be NH3. So this is how our website looks like. So let's go ahead and style our application. I'll link a CSS and also add a JavaScript and add an attribute called differ so that it executes after the HTML is completely loaded. Let's start off with CSS, and first of all I'll select all the elements and give it a margin of 0, padding of 0, and box sizing of border box, and select our root element, give it a padding of 2 view width and a width of 100%, a height of 100%. Let's initially give a font family of Poppins. Now I have this font family installed in my system. Get it from fonts.google.com, and I'll add a background color of this linear gradient and a color of white, and let's also give it a min height of 100 view height. Let's go ahead and style our heading. Give it a text align of center, font size of 3 rem, margin bottom of 60 pixels, and at last give it a font family of Fira code. Again, this is installed in my system. Let's go ahead and style the subheading. Give a margin of top and bottom of 20 pixels and sidewise 0. Give a font family of Montserrat and font size of 2 rem. Let's go ahead and select a location container and give a margin of 40 pixels of top and bottom and 0 at sideways. Let's select our input fields .loc input and give a border of 3 pixels solid 269 FE6. Give a font size of 1 rem, padding of 8 pixels all around, and give a border radius of 6 pixels. And also let's give some margin of 10 pixels all around. Give a width of 270 pixels, and let's also change some style. If it is invalid, I'll simply change the border to 3 pixels solid red color, that is D34545. Let's select our search button. Give a padding of 10 pixels top and bottom and 14 pixels sideways. Give a background color of same 269 FE6. Give it a border of none so that we remove the default styling. Font family of Poppins, font size of 1 rem and border radius of 4 pixels. color to be white and a margin of 10 pixels. So this looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and also style our air quality arrow and air quality status. Let's select all those. And give a font size of 4 rem and also give a font weight of 700 so it becomes bold. Let's select component names and give it a display of inline block so that it doesn't take its whole width of parent. And let's also add margin around all these components. So I'll select all the component container, under that all the div, and give a margin of 10 pixels top and bottom and 0 edge sideways. And also select component val and give a font size of 1.2 rem and a margin left of 20 pixels. Now we have misspelled a class name over here. Let me just replace that with component, and I also added an extra div over here. Let me just clear that. And that's all for CSS. Let's go ahead and write some JavaScript. First of all, I will get all the elements we need. Const lat inp, that is our latitude input, which will be document dot query selector latitude, and in the same way we will get our longitude input and rename this variable to longitude. And let's get our air quality with document.query selector air quality, and also get air quality status. And let's also get our search button, and also the error message, error label, a label with attribute 4 which is equal to error msg. And at last get all the components, element. Remember to add query selector all, because we want to get all our component elements with the class. And now let's create a function to get user location, which will not take any parameter. And first of all, I want to check if the user has a geolocation, the method from which we will access the user's location. If he doesn't have a geolocation, I want to show an error message to the user. So to show the error message, I will also create a function called on position gather error, and this will get a object as a parameter. And I'll simply get the error label dot inner text to be e dot message, and let's call this function on position gather error, and that should be an object with the compulsory attribute called message, and that will be a string saying access location, and let's say enter coordinates. And if the user has the navigator or geolocation, I'll simply access it and get current position of the user. And this takes two arguments, that is a callback function. The first argument is called when we get a user's location. The second function is called when there is some error. So I'll define another function called const on position gathered, and this will take a parameter, that is the position, and I'll simply pass this over here And also if any error occurs, I'll call on position gather error. Let's work with on position gathered. Here I'll get the latitude and longitude of the user. So I'll first of all store that in a variable. The latitude will be position dot coords dot latitude. This will get a very long decimal number. So I want only 4 numbers after a decimal point, and the longitude will be the same, except this will be longitude. Let's show that to user. From this input field, I'll set its value to be the lat, and the longitude input dot value to be lon or longitude variable. Let's get user location, and now if we reload, it will first of all ask permission, and if we grant, here we get the coordinates. Now we got our location. Now we need to get the air quality. So let's first of all define a function, call it get air quality, and this will be a async function because we are fetching something from internet, so it might take a little time, and this will take a parameter of latitude and longitude. And the endpoint of an API where we want to fetch is, I'll define some variable. First of all, the app ID, which I get over here, and the API endpoint. This link over here, api.openweather.org/data/2.5/air pollution. And for that we need to add our queries, that is latitude and our longitude and our app ID. So let's fetch this data. I'll define a variable called raw data and await for a function. I'll use a fetch API over here and fetch the link, and I add a query parameters, that is lat is equals to the latitude which we get, and longitude is equals to the longitude, and also add the app ID. Let's call this function and pass our latitude and our longitude. And once I fetch this data, I need to convert back into JSON. So I'll define a variable called air data, and this also needs to be awaited, that is raw data.json, and here we get our data, air data. So let's see how this looks like. Okay, I didn't pass the app ID query, so the link is wrong. openweathermap.org. If I refresh, here we go. Here we get our data about our air quality. So let's not just console log it, let's also display that to user. And I also want to catch any error if it occurs, and simply call on post gather error, and I'll simply pass the error message. To set our air quality index, I'll create a new function, call it set values of air, and this will get our air data, and I'll extract some of the data, that is air quality index, that is inside air data dot list, which is an array. The 0th element will have a object main, and inside that there is another key called AQI, which will have our air quality index. Now here I don't want to just display a number, I also want to say if the air quality is good, fair, or poor, or very poor. So for that I will define another variable, call it airstat, and also define a variable called color, which will change depending upon airstat. Let's first of all set air quality dot inner text to AQI, and let's switch our AQI. If the air quality index is 1, that means our air stat is good, and the color will be a green color. and I'll break off from it. And if the AQI, air quality index, is 2, the air stat will be fair and the color will be slightly green color. And if the air quality is 3, then air stat will be poor and the color will be a orange color. And if the air quality index is 4, the air stat will be, sorry, if the air stat is 3, then it will be moderate, and if the air stat is 4, then it will be poor and the color will be slightly red color. And at last, if the case is 5, the air stat will be very poor and the color will be a dark red. The default case will be unknown. Let's set that air quality stat dot inner text is equals to air stat, and air quality stat dot style dot color will be the color we set. And now let's call our function and pass our air data, that is set values of air and pass the air data. And let's see how this looks like. And you can see this works properly. Let's also display the components to the user. Let's define a function set components of air, and this will also get air data, and I'll extract the data by by object destructuring, and I will loop through all our components element. Remember, this components LE is an array because I have used query selector all, so I can loop through it with the for each loop, and for every element I want to get the attribute we added over here, that is data comp. I'll get that and store it in a variable. Get attribute data comp and set that inner text of that element to component and set its inner text to the component and get the element whose current attribute I am using, and also add a symbol microgram per meter cube. And that's it. Let's call this function over here, set components of air, and pass air data. And if I save this, you can see this works very good. Now one last functionality we need to add is we need to add click listener on this button and search the air data of that location. It is because if the user is not willing to give his location, or if the user wants to know air data about some other location, so I'll get the search button and add event listener of click, and on click I want to get air quality, and I have to pass the latitude and longitude, and the latitude and longitude I'll get from this input. And let me define that over here, and that should always be a floating point, so I'll convert it into floating, because remember, though our input is of type number, it will always return a string, so we need to convert that into float, and I'll fix it to only 4 decimal points. And same thing goes for longitude input, and pass that to lat and longitude, and this seems pretty good. I'll simply revoke the permission, and let's see some random area 73.56. Let's search this. The air quality is also good over here. Let's see somewhere over here. So you can see this works. The air quality in this location is moderate, and here are the components. So that's all. This is how you create your own air pollutant indicator. Now go ahead and create your own. Give a like on this video and also subscribe to the channel for more interesting tutorials like this one.